Hi everyone, it's Angelina and I'm bringing you a reading on what this full moon will bring you. So that's not just on the day or the days around the full moon, but what new stuff, different things are going to come in for you. Sorry about that, because of this full moon. I have 3 sets of cards. And I chose 3 marbles that sort of reminded me of the moon, of the full moon. I hope the camera is going to zoom properly. The first one is really bright. I'm not certain if you can see it. It's almost like a pearl. It looks like a shiny white moon, little tiny moon. But it's, yeah, that's odd. But it's like a pearl. It's really like a pearl. And that's for the numbers 1. And for the numbers 2, the slightly larger marble with, mid-blue colours. It's not solid colour all over, that's why I'm moving the camera around so you can see that. And then for the numbers 3, on the right we have a, well, it is blue, I think, dark blue. A dark blue marble. So you can make your choice. Pause the video if necessary. I'm wobbling a little bit. And then I'm gonna put the camera in a stand and then begin the reading. Right, let's see if we can get the camera to focus. Yes, there we are. Maybe you can now see the marble a bit better. It's also not solid white. That's a shame it doesn't show up that well. Anyhow, what comes up with the cards, it can be about anything. Like I said just now, it's what it will bring you, this new moon, which means not what you will be going through around the new moon. Although you can feel it around that time, but I really focused on what will this new moon bring you. So that means that will then likely continue to, so add to your growth or whatever. Can be related to any subject. Maybe there is financial stuff, career stuff, or love related. I haven't a clue. I had a brief look at the cards, but not really in depth, so we're just going to find out. For the numbers 1, I'm going to start with you, of course, and then let's see what we have. Oh, the Follow Me card, that is absolutely beautiful. That's the Queen of Fairy. The Queen of Fairy, follow me. Come, this is your invitation to enter the realm of fairy. That's to go deep. Truth, speak your truth. This is also a very beautiful card. This is from the Earth Wisdom Oracle deck. A lot of Celtic influences. And funny to see that the light now isn't on my camera. I hope it's going to be light enough. A harp with flowers and pearly things in there, pearls. I like that. And we have, I can't even remember what deck this was now. I think it was no, not Ascendant Masters, Doreen Virtue deck, Parents. And we have from the Chakra Insight Oracle, Insight, Understanding, Awakening, Awareness, and Self-Evaluation. And then 2 more cards. Stow is New Beginning, from an Elf Oracle deck, which is not available in English. I think the woman who made this deck is either Dutch or German, I'm not certain. And we have Saint Germain. I'm going to briefly pause because I opened the sliding doors and I'm actually getting cold, so I'm going to put on a sweater and then continue. Right, there we are again. It's a little bit better. I was really getting cold. Anyhow, with the combination of these cards, especially, I'll get to most of them, but especially with the Parents and Insight and the Follow Me, the Fairy Queen, and also Karma releasing from Saint Germain. I feel that for you, what is important, or what will be important around the full moon, and what will continue to, you will continue to benefit from it afterwards, is things to do with in a way, it's healing of yourself, and it has to do with where you've come from, old pains from the past, maybe having low self-esteem, or for instance, also that's where the parents come in. It could be that, for instance, your mother and didn't give you love the way you needed or wanted, and now you have a difficulty with receiving, opening up, being showing your feminine side. Even if you're a man, right? You still have to be in touch with your emotions, able to receive love, give and receive, not just give, also receive. And to be able to open up, to feel, to really feel, and to be comfortable with that. Or if there is stuff that went down with your dad, I'm not saying anything nasty, okay? We all have things from our parents, from childhood, and yeah, in a way that's just normal. They were our role models, our feminine role models of feminine energy and masculine energy, the father, and they were our first role models. They were very important to us. So if something didn't, sometimes the connection, there is just something that didn't go the way you needed it as a child, and that will still affect you in your adult life. That doesn't mean to say your parents did anything wrong. So that's why I'm elaborating on that a little bit. I'm not talking about abuse here. I'm not talking about your parents being bad people, bad parents at all. Not at all. Yeah, but there's always these tendencies. Maybe, for instance, your father wasn't there for you all that much, or didn't teach you how to take action, or how to have boundaries, or whatever, and you now find in your adult life that you have difficulty making decisions, difficulty with that, or find it difficult to get out of your comfort zone and do things, dare to do new things, etc., etc. Anything that is related to that, not just these things, I just gave you examples, but anything related to your childhood, and that you feel is still limiting you now, in the now as an adult, is what can come up now for cleansing and clearing, and for you to get insights on that as well. It's now the time to deal with that, to look at it honestly, truthfully, without blame. You don't have to blame your parents. They're only just human too. As like I said, it's not that your parents were bad at all. I'm not saying that at all. If you look at the card here as well, it's just loving, warm parents. But everyone makes mistakes, or sometimes you just don't have what your child needs. You can't give them that because it doesn't match your own personality. I can say that just happens as a mother myself. So it's not that, it's not really mistakes either, not necessarily. Can be, doesn't have to be. And this is also, it comes up with all the cards actually. It is the follow me is also about that, knowing yourself, and seeing where you come from, and also seeing the path that you can now follow. So this basically comes after that healing, but the fairy queen can also help you with that healing. Maybe you feel drawn to fairies, maybe you feel drawn to nature, maybe you feel drawn to... that came up as well the other day with another fairy card. Fairies are very much about taking care of the environment, being environmentally friendly, because they're all about nature, plants, flowers, etc. But I also feel that it can be about taking care of yourself. So taking care of yourself, making sure that you are nice to yourself, loving of yourself, and also eat the right things, drink the right things, and just love yourself. So that will come up here. We see that here again as well with the insight from the Oracle. Inside card. This is the I always have to check. Third eye, yeah, of course, inside. That it is time to cultivate insight by honestly examining who you are, and looking at your past journey. You know, like where you come from, your childhood, your parents, what went wrong, maybe at school even. You know, it doesn't have to be your parents per se. It can also, maybe you had a teacher at school who had a tremendous impact on you as a child and how you developed later on as a child. That happened to me. Very unpleasant. But that can happen too. So it's time to look at these things and also look at how, who you have become now. And then it's also time to claim your divine capacity, your divine you, and see beyond the current you, and recognize the uniqueness and beauty of yourself, you know, and embrace that, love that. So this is really for you, if you chose this, a time to look at these things and to go back and to heal that, accept it, embrace it, and let go of it. See who you really are and how all this stuff that happened in your childhood added to who you have become. If you look at the things you've learned from that, the things you took away from it, there's always two sides to a coin, even to a negative coin, right? If you had for instance, I have been bullied in the past for 6-7 years on end, and at some point someone told me, yeah, but that also has caused you to be very flexible. And I thought, yeah, you're right. And he said, well, there's an asset. It is an asset to be flexible, provided you have healthy boundaries, right? You are flexible. You can go with the flow. You have that ability to do that. And I thought, yeah, bloody good point. Right? So from all these years of being bullied, which was horrible for all that time, going to school every day was absolutely horrible. But I did learn a lot from that. You know, there's always something you take out from a situation. This Saint-Germain karmic healing, again, move beyond drama. It's just confirmation of what I just told you. Move beyond drama. Create your own path. Make room for good energy. There's all these cards is about your path, following your new path. And just, you know, have a more loving view of yourself. Let go of stuff from the past if that's still hindering you and bothering you, and maybe even if that is the case, then that will also bother you in love and in the type of men or women, the type of partners you attract. And hang about is I have to briefly stop. I had an alarm message from my mother. And I was afraid something had happened to her, so I have to just find out. I'll be back in a minute. Right, thank goodness, no, nothing. It was just a false alarm. So that is important. This is going to come up. This is what you will get out of this full moon energy if you want that. If you're ready to go there, to enter that process, to let go of that drama, of all the stuff that happened that is still hindering you. And as I was saying, that will also hinder you in your love life, likely, because then you attract partners who match that vibration of this, you know, and yeah, that will not be helpful either. So it's time for you to embrace who you really are and forgive everyone involved, but also yourself. It's time to forgive. Let's see, we did, yeah, the truth. It's time for the truth. You know, be honest, be truthful, and just forgive. And be happy about the truth. Make music, you know, make that into something pretty. It's a beautiful truth. It's beautiful. Otherwise we wouldn't have these flowers and these pearls coming out of these flowers. I don't know if you can see that. I think so. You can see them. They're rising up from the flowers. What are they called? Foxglove. Foxglove, I think. There's all these pearls coming out of them as she makes the music. So it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. It's healing. Because foxglove is to do with the heart. It's related to the heart. It's what they make this heart medicine from as well. Digitalis is made from foxglove. And it's poisonous, but it's also very healing. And now when she's pulling the strings of the harp, there's beautiful, beautiful pearls coming out of all these flowers, out of the bells. So it is beautiful. It's not painful. It's not painful at all. You just have to let it go, forgive, and see who you really are. And really, time for a new beginning. Stow is new beginning. So it's going to be a new beginning. Just dump all that baggage and absolutely wonderful. This is brilliant. I hope it resonates with you. Please let me know. And, well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you with another reading very, very soon. Moving to numbers 2, the ones who chose the blue, larger marble. You can now clearly see it's not solid, not a solid blue. The color blue is really pretty. Right, let's have a look at the cards. We have, I got the deck upside down, I think. Hope, love and acceptance, and we have lust, impulsivity, being impulsive. Oh, there's a lot of joy there. There's little pixies or whatever you want to call them dancing in the background. And we have crown chakra, and we have the heart healing from the earth wisdom, and we have compassion, and we have beauty's truth. Beauty, physical pleasure, and sensuality. So I'm almost getting a similar feeling that I got with the first deck. Beauty's truth. I'm gonna look that up, so just to be sure. I get a very similar feeling to it's about, well, compassion, love, healing. But I feel mostly loving yourself. And blockages, something in your crown chakra. But I also feel you're going to be really quite sensitive around the full moon, because there, on this card with the crown chakra, the moon is full. And there's a lot of water flowing from this temple. So there's going to be a lot of flow. Yeah, with this card, the beauty's truth, it speaks of it is time to harness and radiate your own beauty. And to realize that by acknowledging your own unique attractiveness, your own beautiful qualities, you begin to be beauty. Your job now is to embody beauty. And if that feels daunting, then know that it is not vanity, nor an attempt to fit in. Actually, if you feel that you are beautiful and attractive and you can accept it about yourself, it's just self-love. It's an act of self-love. It's simply coming out of hiding. And if you are struggling with the truth of your beauty, sit before a mirror and focus within on love. See this love radiate out from within and begin to glow. And as you do that, watch your beauty grow. And that can be very good. For a lot of people that might be very difficult, confronting to do that. You don't have to do that with your entire body, even just your face, you know. Just sit in front of a mirror and look at your face. And just look with love and look in your eyes and see things that you like and love and embrace that. You know, most people, or many people who suffer from low self-esteem or don't have enough self-love and don't like their bodies, etc., they find such things difficult. The thing is, if you can't even look at yourself with love and appreciation, how can you expect someone else to look at you with love and appreciation? Because you radiate that vibe that you don't even appreciate and like yourself. Really very important. It's just sheer self-love and appreciation of yourself. and yeah, this is a fairy deck, right? And the fairies don't have a problem with it either, you know, no matter what their looks are. They're all beautiful, they're all divine. And it's also okay to have beauty. It will not make you weak, vulnerable, or foolish, or vain. That's just cliches. And from society, oftentimes, that's why I'm reading that out. And fairies have no judgment regarding types of beauty. They are loving and kind, and those who keep these same values are beautiful in turn. Don't deny yourself this form of self-love, for it has much power magic and healing within it, and it does. It's like what I just explained now. It's, if you can't even look at yourself, perceive yourself, see yourself with eyes of love and appreciation, yeah, then others are not going to give that to you either. And then they will only, their reactions or what you feel from them or get from them will only confirm your false self-image, that you're not lovable, that you're not attractive, that you're not beautiful. It begins with you. It begins with you. And this also has a major effect on, of course, on love relationships or the kind of partners that you attract. It's likely if you don't like yourself that much, you don't find yourself beautiful or pretty or not worthy, then you're gonna attract people who, one way or another, confirm that. And that's not what you want. That's not what is going to make you happy. So you have to be loving of yourself, have compassion for yourself. You know, they're like the lotus flower. The lotus grows in murky waters and mud, and then every day it comes up and unfolds in this wonderful, glorious, beautiful flower. And you can be like that as well. There's no need to hide yourself or to feel like you're just like mud or, or not beautiful. It's time for you to rise up. It is time for you to rise up, to come out of that water, to stop hiding and to come out and to see yourself for the beauty that you are. And it doesn't matter whether you have extra weight on your hips. It just really doesn't matter, Beauty really comes from the inside, and if you find yourself beautiful and worthy and loving, and you accept yourself, appreciate yourself, and love yourself, you radiate. You have this glow around you. That is beauty, and that is attractive. That makes you attractive. It doesn't have bloody anything to do with your facial looks, not really. If you take someone who is absolutely gorgeous to look at, but they have a rotten vibe, then they're not attractive at all. It has to be at least a match. And if you don't have these features, well, who bloody well does, I'm sorry about using that word, but who does? There's very few people who have these looks. It's not important. All that matters is this glow. That makes you beautiful. That makes you attractive. And maybe some of you who chose this have actually been made to feel this way by a partner, or a date, or an ex-partner, or maybe someone else, maybe even your friends, or maybe even your mother, or whatever. Someone it can be the case, because we do have the heart healing. We do have the heart healing, and I do feel you still have to let go some painful stuff from. I do feel from a relationship. But if someone, a partner, could hurt you, if that, and in relating to you not being attractive or whatever, or you drew that conclusion yourself because the relationship went wrong, then that vibration was already active within you. That was already active within you. Otherwise, they couldn't have hurt you with it. So then you have to go back further in time. Usually you have to go back to your childhood to find the cause of these things, and then heal that, let go of that, embrace that, forgive everyone involved, and yourself as well. You can love yourself. And you still do have to let go of some stuff, but I think most of you who chose this are ready for that. It's almost as if you only needed to be made aware, and then you can just let go, and then all the pain and hurt just falls out of these bleeding hearts. A plant that actually is really beautiful. I like that plant. And we have the crown chakra. Maybe you have blocks in your crown chakra. That is possible. That when this card comes up, for me, I do think that you will just get a boost in inspiration. You have the option to heal this. You have, because of this full moon, you have the option to heal this. if you do this work concerning this around the full moon time, it's going to be very powerful. You can heal an awful lot now. Then it will all begin to flow again. It's almost as if this limited image of yourself, just not loving yourself enough has blocked your intuition, your connection to source as well, so to speak. And that needs to be cleared, and then you have this inspiration again. Your intuition will begin to flow again. You will begin to feel better again, and you get this inner guidance, your inner compass. You open up to your own inner guidance again. I think you cannot really do that all so well now. I wonder how many of you lost that connection, that feeling, your intuition, because of this. Possibly directly related to being hurt in a relationship or by a partner, ex-partner likely. But now is the time to find yourself again, to and then you will get that reconnection again as well. And you can do that now with this full moon, because then it's going to be really powerful. You can break through these barriers now. You really can, with this energy. And just have a bit more fun, enjoy. This is lust, but also it's that's his name, so to speak, right? And the caption is impulsive, being impulsive. So have fun, go out, dance, enjoy your body as well. That's what you do when you dance. Then you you activate your second chakra, which is all to do with relating and physical pleasures and it's feminine energy and so on and so on. Just be more, and spontaneity and being impulsive is also the second chakra. So move, have fun, go out, do stuff. Be more active in that way. And hope, love and acceptance. Love is yours, recognize your divine worth. Choose loving thoughts. Well, that just ties into the rest that I just said. Again, there's a lotus flower, 2 more there. So yeah, that's just it for you. This is what you have to do, what you can do. And again, this is not just around the full moon. This is what the full moon can bring you. So if you heal this stuff, you're going to be in a much better place from there on out, right? And you will feel much better. You will feel much better. And then you can start to attract better situations and people into your life, including partners. If you're in a relationship, it will help your relationship. It will change it for the better. It will be better. Which is logical if you feel better and more loving of yourself. So this is a lot to do about self-love, healing yourself, your self-image, how you perceive yourself, and so on. I hope that resonated. And yeah, please let me know if you liked it. Then please give me these thumbs up. I like that too. And then I will see you again with another reading soon, I hope. And thank you for watching. All right, moving on to number 3. For the numbers 3, we have who chose the dark blue greenish. It's almost like a black pearl or black opal or whatever. There's all these different colors in it. Right, I'm going to move to your card again for you as well. Focus, please. Come on. I'll put the cards out and see. There we are. That's better. This is the reading for what will come in for you around the full moon. What you can do around the full moon, maybe as well, but it's not things that will just have to do with these days around the full moon. It's something that is more lasting. So in that sense, what I said when I started the reading is like, what does the full moon bring you? Not just for these days around the full moon, but from there on out, right? So more like a healing or a change or whatever that is lasting. Joan of Arc, Voice of Truth, Seaweed, Trust Your Own Observations, and Home. We have Sacral Chakra, and we have the Communication card. Absolutely beautiful card. If you can see all these, I hope you can see that. These animals and things in there. and we have the Acorn's Invitation. This is very much about feminine energy in a way. Intuition, feminine energy. Even like the Acorn's Invitation is touch, exchange, connection. Is also in a way, in that sense, like the heart chakra and the sacral chakra. Because he's a very empowered man, and as such he also respects and loves the feminine, and he will always, if he has a woman, he will always look after her, take care of her, protect her, provide for her, give to her in a healthy way, right? In a healthy way. He will really be that kind of guy that most women are looking for. Very, very respectful and loving of the feminine. That's why he's also touching the earth, Mother Earth, in a way of honoring. It's almost like honoring, right? An empowered female, an empowered feminine also honors the masculine. It's not one way. It's not a one-way street. It's two ways, right? And then we have this sacral chakra. I like that because basically this speaks of being highly sensitive to chemicals, additives, etc., processed foods and energies as well. Respect your sensitivities by avoiding harsh items, situations and relationships. So you are very sensitive. That's going to come up during the full moon, but it's likely going to stay that way as well. You likely already are. Very, very sensitive. And it's also finding more balance in that. I feel more balance in that. The sacral chakra is very much about the feminine energy, about spontaneity, relating to other people, expressing yourself, being authentic. It's about, of course, it's also sexual, it's sensual, which is all to do with creating and expressing yourself. Sex is also expressing yourself. Sex, especially the sacred version of that, which you would have with that kind of man. Then you have the respect and the honoring and all that stuff, right? I feel really tapping into your intuition, your feminine energy here as well with the communication. She's at an altar and she's basically opening up and calling in all these spirit guides and spirit and ancestors and everything that is pure and can give her guidance and balance. And let's see what the book says about that. I'm also not certain what these crystals are, because this deck, the Earth Wisdom deck, also always has a crystal and a plant on each card. And let's see, Daffodil creates connection with spirit guides, teachers and humans and enhances the ability to hear and to speak in the spirit world. Angelite, also to do with communication. Communication is key with other humans perhaps, but more importantly with your spirit guides and teachers. Practice your listening and speaking skills, both in the physical world and in the spiritual realm. There is much that you need to say and even more that you need to hear to strengthen your relationship to spirit. I just feel you need to balance yourself, that you really are sensitive, you have a lot of intuition, you can pick up an awful lot of stuff, and that is good, because then you're in your power, in your strength. But you have to be careful with whom you surround yourself. Like him, he's okay, he would be fine. People like that who honor the feminine, who honor you being intuitive, being feminine, having that intuition, which is mostly a very feminine thing. Although men, of course, can also be intuitive, but it works slightly different for them. He honors that feminine power, strength, energy. That's the kind of people you have to surround yourself with. Not just around the full moon because you're so sensitive, but always. You always have to do that. And you can follow your inner guidance when you do that, to find people like that, to that's the people you have to communicate with. With those people, you can be you. You can tell people what you're busy with. For instance, like what I'm doing with the readings. There are people who do not understand that sort of thing, who aren't open to that, and then I can find it difficult to talk to these people. You know, if there's a few, well, that's not a big deal. I mean, when I go to a pub, I don't expect to meet people with whom I can talk about doing readings. You know, that's logical. But you also do need people in your life, a circle, like-minded people, people who respect and see who you really are, who honor that, who love that, who look after that as well, who treasure you, and with whom you resonate. With whom you resonate. And I feel you need to balance that. I feel that is what this home card is about. Shelter, safety, nurturing, warmth. This is a root chakra card with a red frame around it. That you need to have that place where you can be safe, where you can be you, where you can rest, where you can recuperate, where you can just be you, whether that's on your own or with other people. You need that. So yeah, I feel that this is also the part of this message. Like, avoid where did it say that? Energies that are harsh, and people, situations, relationships that are harsh. That yeah, you really are very sensitive, very, very sensitive. And maybe you find yourself in your life as it is right now, mostly surrounded by people who do not respect that, who do not honor that, who maybe even ridicule you. You know, for instance, if you're very sensitive and you are easily upset because of that, because other people don't understand and they are rude or harsh, and you might even get ridiculed, like, oh, well, there's always something wrong with you. Yeah, you're crying again now? What's up with you now? Not again. That's not the right people for you. That's not the right people for you. Okay? If you're just sensitive and they just don't get you, then they are not the right people for you. Then you have to find the right people, you know, the ones that do resonate with you, that do honor and respect you, and then you can feel home, then you can feel safe, and just be you. You know, like the animal, the little animal, just having a good snooze, not worried about anything, even though he still seems to be out in the open. He knows he's safe. Or she. I get a feeling now it's a she. And also this seaweed, trust your own observations. You know when people resonate with you, who's right for you and who isn't. And also situations and other things. I think with everything you can know what is right for you and what isn't. As long as you don't close yourself off, as long as you remain open to your own intuition and your inner guidance, then you will know. And this also again ties in with that everything I said. Joan of Arc, the voice of truth. This is about a conflict energy, like as if you're constantly on a battlefield having to defend yourself and explain yourself, and that is so exhausting. I've been with a person for a long time who wasn't all that much into spiritual stuff or energy work, and I constantly had to explain everything, how it worked, otherwise you wouldn't believe me, and then I felt disempowered. That didn't really help me, right? It was not this kind of, not that kind of man, which this is what I need. And you seem to be in that kind of energy a lot, where you are on guard, shielded, because she's wearing this armor. And maybe you don't feel strong enough, because Joan of Arc is a maiden, right? She's just young, learning still, a maiden. But you are not a maiden at all. Look at this woman, how the wisdom and how powerful she is. This is a priestess. And she knows exactly what she's doing. You're not a maiden at all. You have a lot of wisdom. So don't let anyone tell you you are, make you feel like you are just a nitwit or a maiden not knowing what you're doing, etc. You don't have to be on guard either. You don't have to be defensive at all. This card says that you don't have to prove yourself to anyone. You just have to approve of yourself. So start doing that. Approve over yourself, and as soon as you do that, this conflict energy will go. It will leave your life. It will stop. This conflict can only exist if you add to it, if you keep participating in it. As soon as you stop participating in it, it will just die. As simple as that. And you have a lot of power. You really do. But I feel for you at this point in your life, because this is not just for the time around full moon. This is from what can begin around this full moon and then will continue, can continue if you choose for it to continue. This is, I feel for you, a time to choose to surround yourself with more loving people, or find a circle with more loving people who respect you, who honor you, who allow you to be you. And then you can also reciprocate, right? Like I said, it's not a one-way street, it's reciprocating. But that also will nurture you, nourish you, and make you feel happy as well. And that's what will start for you, or has to start for you now. You really have to start being who you are and start living that as well. It's almost as if you have been hiding yourself or pretending to be someone else. Stop doing that if that rings true. So I hope that resonated. Yeah, please let me know. Please let me know, because I'm always eager to hear from you whether my reading did resonate or not. You know, that can also happen. And yeah, well, thank you for watching, and I will see you again very soon with another reading. Now that I hang about, I see these two circles on his wings, almost like two moons facing one another. I wonder if you're going to find a wonderful partner if you do this. If you do this, everything that I just talked about. If you're going to find a partner, if you're now single, currently single, I feel an attraction, as if they're going like that. They're really attracted to one another. I think if you're single and if you do this, you will find a soulmate or a twin flame, a very deep love, an interdependent relationship, the kind of relationship that you would want a man who is like this as well, and you will then also be like that toward him. Yeah, that is wonderful. Alrighty, that was it. I'm going to stop the recording now. Let me know, please, and if you liked it, give me these thumbs up, and have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you soon again, I hope. Bye bye.